Hi there, this is Pandit Fakir Yogi Virendra Yogi. Dear friends, in this video I let you know that the man's mind has such a tremendous and very powerful magnet which attracts everything what the mind has really conceived and the person has believed. That is to say, nothing is impossible for the human mind. People thought of going to the moon, they have reached there. Copernicus wanted to discover the wider world and multiplicity of the universe, he discovered it. Columbus wanted to explore and find new land and he discovered America. And so on and so forth. There can be thousands and thousands of examples which the great human being accomplished in their life. Now let us talk to the ordinary human being. If they also want to get rid of their all problems, poverty, misery, sorrow, suffering, grief, ignorance, stupidity, they can also discover their mighty power of the brain and they can really dream, desire, aspire, dedicate themselves, commit themselves and transform their ordinary mortal life to the immortal lives. These needs only determination, willpower, commitment and the belief and trust and the self-confidence. But the person is not believing in his or herself. She depends that some outside forces or some outside conditions will support. They are miserably going to die a dog's death. They can never succeed in their life. There are millions of such examples where people are always dependent on others. Even they are dependent on some kind of external forces. Somebody says Allah, somebody says God, somebody says Jesus, somebody says anybody and everybody. But I tell you, these are fools and they can never succeed in their life. The man who has succeeded, they never believed in any external forces. They believe in their own thought, word and action. I tell you, remember it. Thought, word and action. Thought and actions, they are the primary force of the success of any human being. A man is literally what he thinks, his success, his conditions, his environment, circumstances. They all emerge from his inner thoughts. That's why it is said always by every greatest, wisest man who visited the earth. You become what you think about. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thought. Out of thought we make the world. Even the wisest man, you see, Swami Vivekananda, and there is the statue of Lord Buddha. These all great people become so great because they believed that they can understand the mystery of life. Enlightened Buddha, Gautama Siddhartha, he has been the supreme human being ever born on earth, followed by all the inventors, scientists, sculptors, poets, artists, and all these so on and so forth. These people never depended on others. They always try to understand the mystery of the world, and with their commitment, dedication, passion, they discovered it. But the person who thinks that somebody else can help, the outside person whom they trust, they are just interested in some personal selfish motive. They will exploit, they will ruin that person. Ultimately the person will be beggar and even nobody is going to give them alms or beggings. That is the misery of the ordinary mortals. And these people not only ruin their life, but the people who suggested them, who told them to march forward with determination, commitment, passion, willpower, perseverance, persistence, strive, seek and find different ways and means with proper plan of action, your success is guaranteed. You know my best friend, you have to live on the planet Earth. Remember my best friend Abraham Maslow, what he said, if you have to live, you have to need best activity so that your physiological needs are met. Then is met your safety and security needs, social needs and self-esteem needs. And when all these basic needs, which is primary, as water and air and food and shelter and sleeping, then only you can really think of being something superior. That is self-actualization, rising to your true nature, true realization, full humanness. And if these fools, they do not understand all this philosophy, they ruin their life, they are scattering, they are just diverse, they are not committed, dedicated, they will leave the ordinary mortals just begging and living, just starving. They are living in flesh and blood. They spiritually, mentally, they are bankrupt and they are broke. And these are the burdens on this earth. There can be, I tell you, 8 billion people are there. Then I can tell you very confidently, 99% of these are this kind of people. They are just dependent on somebody's mercy, sympathy, but they have not their own power. They don't have their light of intelligence, which is radiance, resplendence, and refulgence. That light they have distinguished, not the light have extinguished rather, and they are living the life of a miserable person. Don't think about the dogs and the worms of the drainage. Even the greatest people on earth, the presidents of the different states, they are indulged in fighting. They are killing, murdering, massacring, destroying the wealth of the nation, the wealth of the earth. These fools are not reliable, and these fools don't know what is truth. Truth is to live with perfect harmony and peace with every creature on earth. Treat the whole earth as your family and think good of all, be good with all, find good in all. Do you think these fools, they find any good in anybody? They are having the thoughts of evils, that is greed, anger, hatred, jealousy and cynicism, and that is dominating their mind, and the bestial and groveling thoughts which has base in foolishness, ignorance and indolence. That's why the world is suffering. But let it go. Think about yourself, individual. Don't depend on others. Nobody can help you. The magic of believing in you is there, which is supreme source of your power. Cherish the vision, cherish the ideal, cherish the music that stirs your heart, and the loveliness that drafts your mind. And if you really trust in all those beautiful believing, courage, conviction, determination, passion, and perseverance, these beautiful elements of greatness and the law of your mind and the element of your supreme intelligence will create all the congenial conditions, circumstances, and the heavenly environment to back you and support you with magical force. And there is nothing which cannot be attained on this earth. I believe it. Nobody taught me. It is my perseverance and persistence that I am talking so confidently with the rank of the Ralph Waldo Emerson, Buddha and Vivekananda, because I have realized the self. The self-realization. I am Pandit because I know the truth, and I am Pandit because I love all of you. That's why I am sharing my views. And I'm Fakir because I am the beggarly man. I have no money, nothing. I am dependent on somebody. I'm dependent on somebody because all my wealth were drained away by fools who ruined my life. All my dreams were shattered. I dreamed for my daughter to be the world's best tennis champion. She did not believe in herself. She went from door to door, from step to step, from place to place. And she ruined herself because they all drained her all money. She drained her own life, her wealth, her health, and everything. She ruined her youth. Now she is miserable. I don't know what she is doing. And because I invested in her everything, the input was tremendous, whatever I had, but output is zero. She is my own example. That's why I'm Fakir, the beggarly man. But a beggarly scholar of the rank of Ralph Waldo Emerson, God must have had a Buddha and Vivekananda. I can live with fresh air. I can drink little water, but I will always stimulate my intelligence, never to lose my own honorable status, the kind and compassion which I have towards the creatures. I don't eat, I feed the foods to the dogs, to the other creatures. Arise, awaken, and stop not, fellow citizens of the world. Enlighten your mind. Think always pure thoughts, truth, justice, peace, love, and non-violence. Kindness, compassion, honesty, integrity, humility, and generosity, and cooperation, and affection, and keen sense of justice, sympathy, understanding, maintaining a very self-disciplined, self-controlled life. That's the message I want to share with every living creature, not dead souls, because they don't have the frequency to catch my these immortal words, which is really the primordial, which is really the prime and the vital force which can generate, stimulate intelligence, wisdom, courage, conviction, and belief and faith. Thank you, viewers.